Hello everyone. This is gonna be my showcase on my Resignation's medieval alternate map. Set place it's around the year 900, but 896 specifically. Alternate universe. I already said that. Yeah, I'm still working on it. It's not finished. Uh, if your modifiers, so no, never mind. Um, I'm just gonna be showcasing it to everyone. The at least the formables and the modifiers and everything that I've finished, and some other things like development, infrastructure, capital, populations, all that stuff. All right, so start off. The ranking is China is well, China has the rankings. China is by far number one. However, their expansion is going to be incredibly slow. And we can see justification times 5 times because of bureaucracy, feudalism, and so on. And the focus on our country is inwards, stuff like that. And this adds just another 2 times justification. That's like, so that's and combined with the already pretty bad justification time increase. Wait, actually, I don't think I added it here, did I? No, okay, no, I didn't. But never mind. So it's just a 10 times increase in justification time. Well, the exhibition intermission on right now. Yeah. I haven't made any missions, and I also plan on making more modifiers on the base game. Well, I like it starting, as in possibly nerfing its tax income a little bit, or making it, or possibly making it vassals or in a sort of vassal system where there's like a couple other countries or factions in China. They answer to the court in Chang'an, but they have a little bit more autonomy, and like only maybe like 50% of their money goes to the government in Chang'an. So that's China. And the Abbasids. Oh yeah, and I know the town we're about to go the town we're about to die. I know, and they still exist, but in this universe, they're still going strong. And the emperors are still pretty sane and good. The opposites. I have not made any form rolls yet for this either. Modifiers, an overextended modifier, which yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm planning on making a decision where if you manage to get possibly like up to like 55 stability. And yes, I know that seems really small, but I plan on disabling a lot of buildings, civilian factories. Uh, uh Definitely civilian factories, but yeah. uh, so it's gonna be a bit harder, I feel like. I don't even know if it's possible, unless you get the technology, but yeah. Um, so decreases tax, political power, a little bit of political power, stability, uh, and manpower increase in develop speed. But the big thing is the -1 diplo actions and justification time increase, which on top of the clan government, it's pretty bad. Oh, and the loss of the West. Oh yeah, so they're they're still the most powerful other than the Tang. But yeah, but still, the Egyptians I also have not. As you can tell, I'm not really on the Muslim countries yet. Um, the Egyptians. I don't really know. I guess it's kind of Fatimid based, but I don't know. I just wanted to make an Egypt too. Not, like completely honest, I just wanted to make an Egypt too, so the Abbas one made it OP. Also, if you notice, Makkah is Abbasid. That is intentional. I honestly don't know why. I kind of just it just feels right to me. The caliphate holding the holy city of Mecca. It's not much special to this. I plan on having like a little some missions into the Maghreb, maybe toppling the Abbasids and becoming the true caliph. Cordoba, Tunisia, actually, Khadmor, Gadmor next. Um, an alternate, an alternate, um, Indian states, Muslim state. I like that. The story is kind of similar to how the Ghaznavids were made, except it's the wrong time period, and the Abbasid Caliphate is still at. Well, I mean, it's not at its peak, but still in a age where science and culture flourish, and it's invaded India. I'm going to work on a little bit more as well. Next, the Eastern Romans. I have a few missions, but it's not close to being finished. Yeah. So modifier. Okay. So this state looks a little bit weird. It's it's kind of just okay. In an actual event, it's going to be a puppet state of the Eastern Romans. However, it's going to be free to expand on its own. I I feel like the Eastern Roman okay, if the Eastern Romans manage to push back fight the Bulgars and Serbs successfully and push them back to a certain extent, that will free up more of the troops, I guess, and let them consolidate a little bit more power in Anatolia. Oh yeah, modified. The Orthodox. There's the faiths, the Orthodox faith decreases a little bit of tax, but the rest in certain degrees, and political power especially is increased. The red apple declines. The loss of Thracia and the presence of Serbs and Bulgars has weakened their grip on Anatolia and our own empire. A little bit decrease in expansion, justification, stability, military upkeep and tax. Then this is a special one specifically for the Byzantines, and I think I made it for the Anatolians, or I might have just done a European feudalism, which I'll get to in a bit, which is pretty good, I guess. Yeah. And the first mission, yeah, is like that, and then the second mission is a big jump to like our planet. Once they do this mission, I'll just override seed and give this land and just let them annex Anatolia. But then they also need some Bulgarian land, like some Balkan land. And trying from Rome, that's just Justinian the Great's empire, peak Byzantines. Yeah. What else? Cordoba. Cordoba, I have not finished either. Or actually, and yeah, even like in the close. So clan, Muslim faith, got that, and so story is this new this new caliph or more yeah I guess the caliph of Cordoba is treating the Jews and Christians of Iberia um uh badly and like revoking much of their rights or no just overall decreasing the overall tolerance of the empire or the empire, which and thus it increases tax income but decreases unrest, integration, stability, and it decreases a little bit of political power gain. And the justification time increases a little bit just because I guess they have to focus on their own internal things first. Next is the Tunisians. Tunisia, I don't even know like why I made this. Honestly, yeah, I'll do. I'll work on it. Trust me. Um, okay, finally we get onto a country that I actually have worked on that yeah, we're finished with the Kingdom of France or West Francia, but I'm kind of too lazy to completely get it, redo it just to change its name. Ah, oh yeah. So the you might be wondering why the Aquitanians, the Southern French, the Languedocers and Provençals, Auvergnans and Burgundians are not part of West Francia or Lotharingia. Uh, the story is the last Frankish Empire. Okay, these regions had kings of their own right, or like duchies, or like counts, or like small maritime republics. At least that's the case with the coastal cities of Narbo that united. I'll get to it later. But the once the final empire died with three heirs, the title of emperor of all of the emperor of the Franks was lost with that death. Uh, and it's a different person than Charlemagne, but yeah, sorry. Um, uh, so and then the the three main ones that were under his direct crown jurisdiction were these three successor states historically, but these three particularly, like regions at least, were uh, now with that emperor dead, they had no one to answer to, or they had no um, de jure leader, and thus they fell into their own de facto individual kings of their lands, which had already been a title occupied when the emperor died by separate people, not of the Carling dynasty, and so they became independent. And so that's why the French and Lotharingians were a bit bigger. There's a few modifiers first. So European feudalism, yes. The spread of the Frankish Empire has also spread the institution of feudalism. When times like today cannot uphold a bureaucracy anymore, as the ancient Romans did, feudalism allows the government to function and increases stability a lot of our, not a lot, I mean, it just resets it to regular. It decreases a diplomatic action though, so you expand a little bit, like less. Political power gain is also decreased, but the tax income is also increased. So overall, it's pretty good. I feel like Catholicism, yeah, meh. Heirs of Charlemagne, the empire has been okay. The three France, Lotharingia, and East Francia have the heirs of Charlemagne, which increases tax a little bit, increases manpower increase, and decreases justification time. And Lago Lestanu, increases tax and decreases just basically just the same thing, but like it's the same thing except the manpower increase is a little bit larger. um, what else? What's the next most powerful? The Japanese. I made this incredibly recently. But yeah. So it's not at all finished. Strong nobles, decreased tax, political power, stability, increase in military research efficiency, and political leader caps. Asian bureaucracy. That Korea also has this, but yeah. It isn't just a celestial empire, but um, a little bit more mild, I guess. Yeah, yeah. That's why they even though 4.4 mil pop compared to like the others, like not actually not mine. No, complete no, not mine. Okay, ignore what I said. It still makes sense why they're here. But I don't know. Um, so yeah, the Bangla. Okay, the only Muslim state is Gadmor, and the Bengalis are still Hindu, and everyone else. Actually, I think Gujarat. Yeah, Gujarat. Okay, Gujarat and Gadmor are Muslim. The Hindu faith, a little bit tax, a little bit debt, unrest, and integration. Decreases political power, like research and gain though. So yeah. Clean government. Yeah. This is not finished. Yeah. And after that, actually, let me check. So Lithuania, Korea, and Vijayanagara. Okay, Lithuania. Okay. Oh, so sorry. I forgot to explain the mission. So, the first. Okay, progressively speaking, the first mission for the West Frankrians are is to conquer Lotharingia, which only activates once Lotharingia dies, and it activates for both the East Frankians and West Francia. Um, and then ish, or you can just ignore that and go after well, I mean, the Aquitanians and the Narbonese, and then you can also and once you're done with either, you can just go for the whole thing, for like up to the Rhine. Um, and the Frankish Empire gets you. Oh yeah, le roi de apologies, someone called, but anyways, what was I on? Okay, so once you consolidate all of France, you can get this modifier, le roi de France. Le roi de France. Increases tax, political power, and ground upkeep, and manpower increase. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then the Frankish Empire, which is accessible by Lotharingia, Francia, and East Francia. Yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. Researchers unite the lands that Charlemagne subjugated, wait, conquered, or had as vassals. Yeah, and it gets you the restoration of the empire, and it also adds you a Renovatio Imperi for the Western Roman Empire and the revealing it of Italy. Increases tax, upkeep, ground upkeep. It's better. Military leader XP gain, dip action so you can expand more. Spending costs and corruption gain is decreased. Yeah. It's fairly meh, but the modifiers that the other countries have, like stacks on top of the already like the heirs of Charlemagne and the other stuff that they already have, it's fairly well. Um, apologies. What was next? Lotharingia. Yeah. Uh, so okay. So the first, okay, Lotharingia, you're basically, I kind of like, it has, I think yeah, it has the highest population, I believe, out of all three, and as I think the best economy as well. However, you're smushed in between both of them, and they do both have good claims on your land, and they're basically being encouraged at this point to kill you. So yeah, I don't expect them to survive for long. Anyways, the first that they should go through is either invade the West Frankians and the Bretons, or they could go into Italy and get Crown of Pavia. Me personally, I think it would be best for the Lotharingia player to go for Italy first, as that decrease plus 10 plus 10 stability, a lot of political power, a crowning at Pavia, and that's a pretty good modifiers if you ask me. And then go to Tetra Conquered. However, I can see going to strike out the West Frankians first, in order so that it's your borders a little bit more defendable. You have you have like you can immediately just go to like 7 million population. It's pretty OP actually. Yeah. Uh, yeah. And then once you can, well, once you get all that, then well, you can just you can conquer the rest of Gaul and timeline wise, and a little bit of stability and political power. And then, well, Frankish Empire. The East Frankians have a tiny bit more, but not really. It's a single formable. They can choose between the Frankish or Germania. So they can go for Lotharingia first, which I believe that they should do as to make sure that the West Frankians don't get it, or they can go for the Sorbians or the I should say Leicestine and get a little bit of some modifiers. And then they can unite Germany or Germania, the region, conquer Bohemia basically, and then they can either choose between. immediately forming the Germans, or the German Empire, which, or they can try to save that too for the Frankish. Actually, let me check. Yeah, I think the Frankish are a little bit better economy-wise. I feel like the Germans are better, but only marginally. I don't feel like the German modifiers for economy are that serious. Um, what else? Oh, sorry, I skipped over a few. Korea, Vijayanagara, and Kiev. Korea, it's just Asian bureaucracy, Buddhism, and yeah, unfinished. Vijayanagara, um, same thing as just unfinished. Hindu, I think it's yeah, Hindu and clan governments, and the Kivans. Uh, Kivans. I feel like I'm going to. I plan on making another state in the Novgorod region and another one in Ruthenia, and updating the timeline a little bit so that it's already separated into three states. I plan it on actually no, I plan making it sort of like the family head, which is the ruler of the Kievans, or the leader of the Rurikid dynasty, rules in Kiev, and his sons of uh, gain experience administrating and doing the kingdom stuff in Novgorod and Ruthenia. Yeah, it's not finished, so in the modifiers, I'm going to add more to the modifiers. Don't worry. Yeah, a lot of this, as you can see, a lot of the stuff are is overlapping. Yeah, like timeline wise, the Kieps, the Magyars, the Pechenegs. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bunch of amalgamation of states. Yeah. What was after the Kievans? Pandya, Pandya. Pandya, it's kind of just the same thing as Vishaya and Nagara. They still exist, which is a change, but I plan on making it like a decline or making the Vishaya and Nagaras like be able to like immediately just destroy them, something like that. I don't know. Let me check the population. Yeah, population wise, the Pandians are more populated, but after the after the Pandians, uh, is Ayutthaya, which is just Thailand, Siam, Aksum, the new kingdom of Aksum. Yeah, I know this doesn't really make that much sense. This is alternate, okay? It doesn't need to make sense. Angkor yeah, and okay, so Angkor, Aksum, Ayutthaya, they aren't really that relevant. All you need to know, they all have clan governments. Ayutthaya and Angkor are Buddhist. Aksum is Coptic, I think. Hmm, Aksum, Coptic, yes, yes, Coptic faith. Um, and yeah, I plan Ayutthaya being like able to conquer. I feel like Ayatai should peak about Chang, Langkang, Buriram, and Angkor. Maybe they can conquer the Angkor, or at least the Malay Peninsula. Cha, Cha. I plan on making their mission tree extend up to that. The Aksumites. I feel like I'm trying to weaken them as much as possible. So possibly have like giving modifiers at the start of the game where they have to work on fixing their country, making them a little bit more, making them like let's say like immediately start with corruption increase and like a war exhaustion increase as well, and they have and through certain events or decisions, or actually no, maybe just they start at a low stability. I think yes, that's a better thing to do, and then they have to fix that stuff. The Angkor, they also are declining. Maybe I'll give something like a revival. They'll they will their mission tree will allow them to conquer Kinon, Buriram, and maybe like up to Okay, where my cursor is like this outline of uh, the Jada and Pecheneg, the Jada and Pechenegs. Those are two hordes. Yeah, I'll just show you the modifiers that they have. I think they have the same modifiers. Yeah, so Faiths of Old, tax debuff, political power, a slight debuff, justification time decrease, so that's good. Chiefdoms, tax in occupation speed, and political power debuff. However, it's basically just heaven for anyone who wants to expand quickly. Yeah, the Jada, yeah, the Confir, Petronags, or the Jada, the Kanya of Kangan, and the Jun, and the Lidar, the Lidars, yeah, they are the same with that, basically. Um, like, yeah, so those are the big hordes or stuff, and all these tribal states, Prussia, Samogitia, Lithuania, Iran, yeah, all of like the Sweden, Finland, and the Baltics in Prussia are all um tribals or have these chiefdoms and modifiers. And then the papacy I think was next. I'm sorry, let me check. Yeah, the papacy and then Kanan, and then Miradere. Okay, the papacy first. The papacy, it's a theocracy. I haven't made any modifiers, or I mean, formulas for it yet. Theocracies, bishops, imams, and brahmins rule these lands. Or brahmins, I should add, but I don't know. Tax income, a great increase, but diplo justification time, it's hell nerf. Resource output, resource output also increase. So yeah, basically expansion is actually I think I'm going to update that theocracy a little bit to make it so that their expansion is even worse. Eight, yeah, because three times tax, two times the resource already with the three times tax and the three times resource of the universal modifier. Yeah. After that, the Kanem strong. It's the next strongest state in Africa after the Muslim states in Aksum. It's the strongest state that isn't Muslim or Christian or Abrahamic. Yeah, not finished. Face of old clan government. That's basically all. Um, city over. Yeah, and then Miradera. Okay, so Central America. So I was researching about like important cities of Mesoamerica. I got Chichen Itza, Mayapan in the commission of, and something about here, like the somewhere about here. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff in for like Mayas. I think talking about. But then I saw there's this city called El Mirador. Well, at least that's what the people discovered it, like uncovered it, I should say, called it or named it. It's incredibly ancient. I think like 2400 BC, and it's incredibly huge, and possibly a population of like 150,000. I'm sorry if I'm spreading misinformation. Archaeologists, please correct me. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. So this timeline, it just grows and grows, or like stays consistently important and an empire forms out of it. And yeah, from all the way from like Costa Rica, I think. Yeah, Costa Rica to Guatemala and like Oaxaca, Chiapas, yeah, Chiapas. Yeah, the Maya. Yeah. It's after Miradera. Um, Hormuz, Anatolia, which I guess I don't feel like I need to cover that with the Eastern Romans. Hormuz, Gujarat. Okay, Hormuz and Gujarat. They're they're both Muslim. They're both clan governments. That's really it. I plan on making Hormuz like able to expand more into I feel like Yemen. I feel like they should expand into and possibly maybe allow them to make like a Gulf Indian trading empire. I think about like something like that. Gujarat's um, I they'll rival Gadmor or try to rival them at least, or try to rival Gadmor at least, and then um the Magyars, the Hungarians. They recently have came into the Pannonian steppe, so they get so once so modifiers, arrival of the Magyars. 1.1 time tax buff, ground upkeep buff, justification time buff, ground starting experience buff, but a huge debuff to deving, building in general, and eco. So yeah, and chiefdoms feasible. Yeah, so so they can conquer Bosnia or Dalmatia and and they also need the riches of Žilina, they are going to conquer historically. I guess kind of historically, as in this timeline, they will conquer it in like 5 months. Yeah. So yeah, and then once they have that a single city, they can and have I think a stability. I think they need stability. Owns no, actually no, they don't. Okay, so once they do that, they can get all of their face of old, the chiefdoms and the arrival of the Magyars are removed, and they get the Catholic faith and European feudalism. They also have the opportunities to expand into Dacia. Actually, okay, so first they should secure stability. Then conquer Bosnia, then expand into Dacia, and then total Balkan domination. I'll show you a little bit of what those mean. Dacia, that's Dacian expansion. They just conquer Wallachia, basically. Dacia, secure stability. Basically just have stability, 50 stability at least. Secure stability. Conquer Bosnia or Bosnia. Well, conquers of Bosnia. It's just love stuff. And then what else? And then total Balkan domination. Yeah, okay, I know that that's a pretty big jump. I understand, but yeah, they basically just, oh, sorry, just conquer the Bulg. Oh, apologies. Just conquer the Bulgars, Serbs, and expel the Venetians and Anconians from Illyria. Um, after that, yeah, I'm not going to get into every single like country that's like 226. Yeah, but I'll get into the maybe top 100. And yeah, actually, okay, the ones that I have, okay, from now on, the ones that have missions and formables and modifiers, I will explain. The ones that I don't, I will just explain like the religion, the government type, and what I plan. All right, okay, thank you. Um, the Kanaman, and Kanaman and Surabaya. Kanaman, uh, yeah, I just plan. Okay, first of all, clan government, they're probably just gonna mission tree probably just gonna be conquering Benin and Ghana, and then making like, yeah, something like that, or and like expanding into Benin as well, and maybe pushing back Khatam like all the way back. Maybe even like a pan West African empire ruled by the Khatamon, and then they can and then that and then that empire can expand into Kanoze or basically Sudan. Actually, wait, Cambodian. Think the Cambodians are Muslim. Yeah, Muslim. What else? So, Surabaya, basically just a Majapahit that is early in development. I know that's not timeline accurate IRL, but this is alternate, okay? Don't judge me. Kangan, basically just a Mongol state that has united. Um, yeah, I know it should not happen realistically without a figure like Genghis Khan or like significant like reforms or like just like great leader or like populist reforms, kind of like how yeah, societal reforms to gather support like Genghis Khan did, Genghis Khan. But I don't know. I'm just too lazy to make all the Mongolian terms. Okay, sorry. I apologize. All right, it's not such a crime. Confed. Um. Oh yeah. Tribal. I mean chiefdoms and feasible. And Bulgaria. Bulgaria, I haven't made missions yet. They're next on my list actually. So they're Orthodox. Um, and it happened for like 1 or 2 centuries about they've been Orthodox. Um, they are a clan or a feudal government. Let me check. I apologize. Um, oh yeah, decline of the Slavic South. I should mention. Yeah. Okay, they are feudal. They are feudal. Feudal. I can't speak English. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Decline of the Slavic South. So the Romans have pushed back the Bulgars and searched from Greece. No longer are the days where we would sack Thessalonica or knock on Constantinople's walls. No more are those days indeed. Decrease in tax, a little bit of decrease in political power, and the increase in justification time. It's fairly minor, but still, you probably get you probably want to get rid of it. After the Bulgars, it is the Congo, Parban, Parban, and Yemen. Parban, I have no idea. Oh, yeah. Uh, so the Congo, just clan governments, face of old, and they're probably expanded to Cotombeno or Angola, and maybe reach the what was it? What was this ocean called? The Indian Ocean? or the Kilwa Coast. Yeah, Kugala. Sorry. Yeah. And then Parvan. Uh, I guess maybe conquer Gujarat, Bhopal, and Orissa. I guess. They're Hindu and clan governments. Yeah, Yemen. I guess Yemen like make a new Arab or maybe like a new Arab caliphates. An opportunity to expand it to Hormuz and the basically just conquer the Arabia or the Arab Peninsula, and then maybe into Mesopotamia and then the Levant. So, Kugala. Clan government creates actually. Oh no no yeah, it's Muslim in clan governments. It's going to probably be able to conquer East Africa or like Tanzania and like this area. I don't know, just okay from Bukavu in Cuba, Makande, Ketamyaya, Kigoma, Kumbwa, and Kotaha. Um, I'm sorry for the pause. Keroje, a Muslim clan, are probably able to expand into Aksum and Katamjuka. Um, Dekor, Dekor. I think it's where is that? Dekor, Dekor. Oh yeah, Dekor. I'm so sorry. Um, they'll expand it into Sumatra, maybe expand a little bit, like up to this line from Ayutthaya. Yeah. Um, I think Clan and Hindu or Buddha. I think Hindu. Yeah, no, Hindu. It's definitely Hindu. Poles. The Poles Catholic, feudal. They'll able to expand into the Sorbs, the Bohemians, the Lithuania, Prussia, and a little bit into Ruthenia and Galicia, I think. Galicia. Oh no, Galicia, Volhynia, Volhynia. Bohemia. I I honestly don't know. You're okay. They're European and Catholic. I guess take over Western Slovakia or Moravia. Expand into Vienna and Saxony. Maybe take over the Sorbs. Yeah, like Greece the Baltic. Yeah, kind of want that. The Burgundians. Okay, the Burgundians. I have some stuff for them. So shall note they have a very few. First modifiers. They're Catholic and feudal. The Burgundian Fury. They basically the story is they have recently invaded the Lombards and came from into the Alps. Yeah, it's pretty OP, but they're focused on it right now. So yeah, a little bit minus stab. Just basically just military and short term short term political gains, military gains, and economy debuffs. So first they first they I feel like they should first deal with the Lombards first. Okay, Piedmont they recently took from the Lombards. Um, they should go for the Lombards first, I believe, and just take over them, and then go for the Narbonnese, and just yeah, and the once um, but if they do go for the Narbonnese first, which the Narbonnese are definitely stronger. I know they have less population, but yeah, they are stronger. Just trust me. I don't know. Uh, at least economically speaking, so they can afford more troops and stuff. Oh yeah, and their naval game is going to be pretty good as you'll soon be able to see. Um, yeah. So if they go for the Armenians first and just annex over then Macedonia, they can do complete a little bit of the Shalno Fury mission, which would basically conquer Auvergne and then ascend and then and then become a kingdom. And so complete this and this mission. Yeah, and then the Shadow of, yeah, that's basically all they I have for them. I know it's not a lot, but they're probably gonna die anyway. Tibet, Buddhist and clan. Narbo. Okay, I have a lot for Narbo. I think I have a lot for. It's not. It's mediocre. So modifiers. So His- speak in this timeline, the southern states, the coastal states were united. I mean, no, the opposite. They're just a bunch of small republics, kind of similar to the Italian states or Italian republics, except a lot less united, a lot less like centralized, like like Italy's, like even less than the Italian medieval level. And they just and the western side united on there's a convention that united them all under a king of Narbo, which was the largest city, like largest individual city. The Aix-en-Provence and the Marseille combined have a little bit more, but they act as two different separate cities in this timeline. So yeah, and then the Provençals broke away from the Burgundians, which and they already had a lot of autonomy, and they joined the Narbonnese, and the Burgundians couldn't really do anything. They were focused on the Lombards, and they also okay. And Auvergne was an independent duchy, but they got conquered by the Narbonnese. So yeah, and yeah, it's pretty good. A little bit of military debuffs. Yeah, but naval wise, they're really good. Um, research-wise, politically and economically speaking, they're also really good. Political power buff and a tax buff. And yeah. Missions. First, first they should invade. Okay, they should invade the Burgundians first. However, they are allowed to go for the like allowed. I mean, of course they're allowed to do anything, but so they could go for the Aquitanians first, but I feel like going for Burgundy first is a much smarter move. Ah, yeah. Um. So I'm sorry. So they get Grenoble and Leon, basically just tiny bit of increase in pop, but that will get them to over 1 million. Occidente, so Burgundia to Massilia, they basically just conquer. Then you can conquer Nice, Nizza, Monaco, and then go after Aquitaine for to extend to like the Bay of Biscay. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, Toulouse. Yeah. At the point there's going to be there will be already two cities greater than Norborough, but uh I don't know. You'll still keep the name of Norborough and your court will still be Narbonese. And then you can go into Cordoba a little bit and expand on into Aragon, Catalonia, Valencia, and the Baleares. And then once you do that, you can get the Grand Union Solo Occident, which is some like w the eastern or western sun. I don't know. I don't speak Latin. Um, yeah, something like that. And yeah, you need to expand more into Italy. Basically, the areas in which the the term where the I forgot the Subsavar, I think was the language that was the basis Subsavar language, lingua franca. Uh, oh, Sabir. Basically, the lands that Sabir was used, like by Europeans, like the yeah, us I expect the merchant class. Sorry, that's smart. Oh, sorry, that was a lot. The Syracusans, I also have some stuff for them. Syracuse. In this universe, the city of Syracuse is not sacked or expelled or like just destroyed during the Second Punic War, and they stay incredibly relevant. Well, not incredibly, but like still very relevant. It's like mm, like a tiny bit less than the combined population of Car Carthage and Tunis combined. And just a little bit less than Venice. I think it's behind Milan, Venice, Rome, and Naples, I think. And yeah, behind those cities only in population, in Italy at least. Yeah, so not already starting off with 900,000 people, which for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities compared to definitely more. um, for the Narbonese, they start off with almost as much population as them. Um, oh yeah, modifiers. But not to mention they also have the Italian Republic, two times tax, an extra political leader, and naval buffs. That's pretty good. So first they should go for the Crotone, for Croto, which is kind of a remnant from the uh the Byzantine conquests of it, reconquests of Italy, I should say, yeah. So they should go after those first, which is the last remnants. That, and then they could. and then they could go out to Pisa for Isole Tirrenici, uh, Tirrenice, and just get Corsica. Both countries had that mission to like, take over Sardinia and Corsica, by the way. Um, and then and then Tunisia expelled, which is expel everyone, every foreigner from Sicily. You're going to have to fight Tunisia for them, which is going to be a challenge, definitely. But if you're good enough, you can do it. And also, you have better naval buffs anyway. Should be okay. Uh, and then unrivaled Syracuse is when you complete all those missions, and also conquer your rival Naples. And then, and yeah, and like a so, and then you get the modifier Megares Magna al Kubra, which means great in Greek, Latin, and Arabic. Which, as you can see, it's a lot. It's a lot. Italy, you can form Italy. It's possible. Renovatio Imperi, you also get the decision for that. So these two stacked on top of each other, I feel like it's gonna be absolutely insane. After Syracuse is Syracuse. Yeah. It's Aquitaine. I have a little for Aquitaine as well. Um, uh, European feudalism, all that stuff. Yeah. So first, you should probably go for the Narbonese first to get the mission west of the Rhone, and yeah, that will increase your population by a lot, which is up by a wait, sorry, um, the lava that will get it up to so that's an extra is like 700k. Yeah, and then you will definitely have to fight a war with France. Or maybe you can go for the Bretons, and yeah, I guess. But that'll you're it's probably best if you don't let France like get more time. So just go for just strike France immediately, and then and then once you do that, you can annex the what's it Anjou, Le Mans, Maine, and what's it Bourbon, Bourges. And then you can but you can also and then after that, you basically gotta get Brittany, um, conquer Burgundy, except the Italian parts, and also conquer France. Yeah, it's a lot. So it's a pretty big jump. And then, or actually, wait. Oh, apologies. No. Okay, this first. Just conquer France first, and then you get a little bit of that modifier for 700 days, and then and then you can just get the entirety of get it indefinitely once you have all of Galia. And not all of Galia, of course. You have some of the some parts like Lorraine and what was it Austrasia, basically. But yeah, still. And then from there you can just expand. Um, after Aquitaine, Aquitaine. Sorry, I can't help it, but just say it like that. The Lombards. Some stuff with the Lombards too. Um, so yeah, Scourges to Sardinia. Yeah, debuffs a lot because of the Burgundians. So first you have to push out the Burgundians out from Italy or from your land, and then that will get rid of that. It'll get rid of that debuff, and it will get you the three chairs in Milan, which is basically a celebration for 500 days. Which well, it's okay. The the building costs the main thing of it, but sorry. And then Lombardy once more is just get get that extend it to else the Genoa Liguria. I should more accurately say the Romagnolo territories and Venetia, and then once that's done, you have the Lombard domination, which is just northern Italy, and then you also have to get rid of the Neapolitan, right, the southern Italian lands, including Marsala. Just kick them out, yeah. Just yeah, take out the Tunisians. Yeah. Um, After that, it is Asturias, and then Serbia. Okay, Asturias first. I have some stuff for Asturias. So modifiers. It is yeah, same thing overall. Above the Tahoe. So first thing you should do, or okay, the entire time you're basically fighting Cordoba. So okay, there's going to be a limit on the amount of cities you can take that will be judged by me or like a co-owner. You know, it like if I ever host this, I don't know. I just hate people. I just hate this community on real. Yeah, basically you just get expand into Aragon, Catalonia, a little bit of northern Valencia, Castile, and then you expand into like Lusitania, I'm Coimbra, Aveiro, and Lisbon, and a little bit of Leon, and then that'll get you the God Save Us modifier for 500 days. Yeah, it's pretty good, like military speaking. And then you go into the running of the running of the Moros. And just expel them out of everywhere except expel them from Spain except Cordoba and the southern coast, basically. Yeah, yeah, like you also take Jaén and Beja and Murcia, and then you can take the Barrieres, but that's secondary. You don't need that to. I think yeah, you don't need that to fully revive Hispania, and then you get that modifier indefinitely. You can you also you also get the new following decisions to revive the Roman Empire, Renovatio Interi. Yeah. And then Serbia. Uh I think a couple more and then I will separate this into a part two. Okay. Alright. Yeah, okay. After Naples I'll end it. Alright. Um yeah, the decline of the Slavic South, you already explored this and yeah. So first things first, conquer like take back Belgrade and the Sever, the everything stuff with the your stuff with Severin. You also take back Spalato or Split and take some of Epiros. Um, and then you take Bulgaria. Actually, okay, go for the Bulgars first. They're much weaker, and then go for the Magyars. And actually, Bulgars first, then the Venetians, then the Magyars, and then you can go for the Eastern Romans. Because actually, yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, no. Conquest of Bulgaria, yeah. And then once you get that, so serving okay, you always so yeah, that's so you lose the climate sub Slavic South and gain resurgence of Serbia for every mission for a little bit, and in the final mission for lightning returns is indefinitely. Tax buff, upkeep the buff, manpower buff, justification buff, and political buff. For lightning returns, it's basically just yeah, just become OP. I guess just conquer Greece. Uh, uh, Conquer Greece, except actually no, you take the. Actually, yeah, okay, yeah. You conquer the entirety of Greece, except the Kerkyra. Kerkyra. Yeah. All right. Um, final. What are the final ones? In Cuba, in Cuba, So this is a fictional city in Great Anguilla, like the largest city in Africa. That is like the largest native city, like this the city of natives, except the Kasanguru and Galwa. Yeah, I think Ikoma, Shinyangla, Kampala, Katamjoba, Mogadishu. Yeah, except for the Congo and the Muslim states, it is the largest, and the Christian states, it is the largest city in Africa. Basically, just yeah. Um, Clan government, first of all, it's gonna have the ability to expand into from Katamjuba, Kogala, Gumbar, Kitamnea, Gigoma, and Bukavu. And uh, Kataha. And okay, finally, okay, last one. This is going to be a part one. I'm going to explore the rest, and I'm also going to like update it next part, and I'm going to explore the rest next part. So first modifiers. Italian Republic, of course, and Catholicism. It should go for the Crotons first. The end of Hellion Italy. It will go for the Crotons first, and then it should go for centers of the South. Fight Syracuse immediately. So yeah, they'll be probably weakest at that point. And then when you fight Syracuse, you can also, I guess, Sardinia. Um, you can also and then after you fight Siracusa, you should probably fight Benevento and take Syracuse. And then once that's done, um, centers of the South. Wait, no, apologies. Yeah, once you complete that, all that, it's Sardinia is ours. You basically complete the mission sheet for Naples, and then you can farm Italy. Um, what it gives is income, tax income, naval stuff, and dev stuff, and defense. That's pretty good. 10. Here's the city tier map. Yeah, that'll look good. Hmm. And then infrastructure, which is just the same as base game. Population, population-wise, the greatest cities I feel are first Baghdad, second Constantinopolis. I think no. Second, I'm sorry. Second is I believe Milan. Oh no, I mean Naples. Naples is I mean third. Third. Third is Naples. Second is Constantinople. First is Baghdad. Baghdad. Actually, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Fourth is Mil. Fourth is actually Chang'an. Chang'an, China. Fifth, Milan, I think. Milano. Milan. Milan or maybe Samarkand. No, Milan. And then Rome, and then some more other cities, yeah. So Italy has a large, I think most of the largest cities, yeah, it's pretty OP. Um, the Romans have one, and the Muslims have one. And this is like the top like six or fifth or five. Yeah, Italy is 8 million population, where France is like 6 million. Uh, the Dutch, Belgians, and Luxembourgers are like 2.3 million. The Germans are 5 million. British, the British and the Irish are really depopulated, 4.2 million. Scandinavia, like about like 3.5 million, give or take, because the you know Poland up 1.5 million. Bohemia 1 million. Austria 700,000. 710,000 for the Croats. I think more accurately, like 1.2 million. Actually, 1 million for the like 1.5 million for Croatia, Bosnia, and Slovenia. 1.3 million for the Hungarians. 700 like like uh Albania, Kosovo, Macedonia, and Serbia, like about 2 million. 2 million Romania, uh, 1.3 million Bulgaria, uh, about 3 million for the Greek for uh modern Greece, 7.5 million for Anatolia. Yeah, um, 3 million for Ukraine. Actually, more accurately, 3.3 million for Ukraine. 4 million, 4 million, 4 million for Ukraine. About it's 20 million Russians, but that's a huge amount. Not counting that. Yeah, that's about it. Um, I'll get into populations. Still more. 4 million Spain and 1.1.5 million Portugal, so like 5.5 million. Iberia, but maybe like closer to like 5.2 million due to the Macaronesia and Ceuta and Melilla. 1.5 million for Morocco, but that includes Western Sahara. Um, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, or Western Libya, is like four is about 4.5 million. Egypt and Egypt and Cyrenaica, 4.2 million. The Levant's Levant, Cyprus, and the city and Western Syria. Oops, sorry, 5 million about. Wait, yeah, 5 million about for the Levants and Western and Eastern Syria. Eastern Syria, my bad. Caucasia, Caucasia, uh, that's like 1 million, and then like 2 million for Caucasia. Mesopotamia is like 3.6 million. Actually, no, 3.6 million, and Kuwait that's 3.8 million. But then you also Al-Akhwas, Romania, 4.4 million about Mesopotamia, like about 2 million for Saudi Arabia, but that doesn't include um, Hormuz. So that's you gotta include that. 5 million for the Arabian Peninsula. That's more than expected. Um, about 5 million for Iran. Um, so Uzbekistan. Um, Sogdiana. I mean, yeah, Sogdiana. Whatchamacallit? Like Sogdiana. Sog Transoxiana. Transoxiana is like. I'm sorry. Let me check. Like also 4.5 million. Bactria, Afghanistan. That's like 1 and 3/4 million. 3 million Pakistan, 18 million India, 1.6 million Bangladesh, um, 31 million for China, and Southeast Asia, like minus like 5 million, I guess, or like 20 million for Southeast Asia. Korea and Japan, like 8 million, about, yeah, yeah, okay. Uh, Eastern Africa, like this section of East Africa, 12 million. More like 8 million, because there's a little bit of stuff there. 5 million about Ethiopia and Somalia. 2.5 million, 3 million, 4 million. Like 4 million the Congo, Kitwe and Khatambelo. This region, like West Africa, 16 million. Um, Mexico. Actually, this civilization area that's like 12 million about, and the Andes civilizations about 7 million. Right, that's 6.5 million, but yeah, about 6.5 million. Okay, that'll be it. Um, thank you so much for watching it this far. If you did, um, yeah, thank you. Goodbye.